The Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra is real. It is coming. And if you're sitting on a Z Fold 5 or even a Z Fold 6 right now, what we know about this device should genuinely make you stop and think before you do anything with your wallet. Because this is not a minor refresh. This is Samsung swinging hard. Let's talk about what this actually means for your money, starting with the price. Early analyst estimates put the Z Fold 8 Ultra somewhere between $1,999 and $2,199, depending on storage configuration. That is a premium investment by any measure. But here is the thing. The question is not whether that number sounds big. The question is whether what you're getting justifies it compared to everything else competing for that same budget right now. And that answer is more complicated than most people think. Here is where things get very interesting. Samsung is reportedly splitting the Z Fold lineup for the first time. The standard Z Fold 8 and the new Z Fold 8 Ultra are expected to be separate products with meaningfully different hardware. This is not just a naming exercise. The Ultra designation is expected to bring a significantly upgraded camera system, a brighter outer display, and thermal improvements that address one of the most consistent complaints foldable owners have had for 3 generations. That is a big deal, because overheating has quietly been the reason many power users and creators have hesitated to make a foldable their primary device. The chipset powering this thing is expected to be the Snapdragon 8 Elite, the same chip already doing serious work inside the Galaxy S25 Ultra. In real-world terms, that means faster AI processing, better sustained gaming performance, and video export speeds that professional creators will actually notice. We're talking roughly 30 to 35% faster on-device processing compared to what the Z Fold 6 delivered. For someone editing 4K footage directly on the inner display, that gap is not a spec sheet number. It has saved time every single day. Most buyers comparing foldables right now are completely missing one detail that could make or break this purchase. The inner display is expected to get a meaningful brightness upgrade, pushing toward 2,600 nits peak brightness. The Z Fold 6 topped out around 2,600 nits in control bursts, but sustained outdoor visibility has always been a real-world weak point. If Samsung has genuinely solved sustained brightness on the inner screen, that removes one of the last legitimate arguments against using a foldable as your primary productivity device outdoors. Now let's talk about the competition, because this is where the buying decision gets genuinely complex. The Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold is sitting at $1,799, and it is an excellent device. Google's Tensor G4 chip handles AI tasks beautifully, and the camera system is arguably the best computational photography on any foldable right now. If camera quality is your absolute top priority and you are embedded in Google's ecosystem, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is a real alternative that saves you up to $400 depending on configuration. The OnePlus Open 2 is also expected this year, likely priced around $1,599. It has already proven that Samsung does not own the foldable market anymore. Real competition is forcing Samsung to deliver more, not just charge more. And then there's Apple. The iPhone 17 Pro Max will land around $1,299 and offer a more polished single-screen experience with what is expected to be a serious camera upgrade. For buyers who are not committed to the foldable form factor, that is a completely legitimate alternative at a lower price point. So why would someone choose the Z Fold 8 Ultra at $1,999 or more? Here is the part that almost nobody is talking about. Samsung's Galaxy AI integration on the Z Fold 8 Ultra is expected to be the most capable on-device AI implementation Samsung has ever shipped. Not cloud-dependent AI. Local, on-device processing powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite's dedicated NPU. For professionals and creators who need AI-assisted editing, real-time translation, and intelligent summarization without relying on a data connection, That is a genuine workflow advantage that no other foldable currently delivers at this level. The multitasking argument also gets stronger with every generation. Running 3 apps simultaneously on a 7.6-inch inner display with the performance to back it up is something a conventional flagship simply cannot replicate. Professionals who have lived with a Z Fold device for 2 or more years consistently report they cannot go back to a standard slab phone. That is not marketing language. That is the actual retention data from foldable owners. Now here is what surprised us most when we looked at the long-term value picture. The Z Fold 8 Ultra is expected to ship with 7 years of OS updates. 7 years. If you spend $2,199 today and use this device through its full supported lifespan, you are paying roughly $314 per year. Broken down further, that is less than $26 per month for a device that functions as your smartphone, your tablet, and your productivity hub simultaneously. For professionals and creators replacing both a phone and an iPad or Android tablet, the investment math actually starts making real sense. Compare that to buying a $1,299 iPhone 17 Pro Max plus a $799 iPad. You are at $2,098 before a case, before AppleCare, before anything. The Z Fold 8 Ultra consolidates that into one device with one ecosystem and one bill. Now let's get to the verdict, because this is the part that matters most to your actual buying decision. If you're on a Galaxy Z Fold 4 or Z Fold 5 right now, the upgrade case is strong. You are looking at a generational leap in processing power, thermal performance, display brightness, and AI capability. The crease on the inner display is also expected to be significantly less visible than what the Fold 4 and 5 shipped with. This is the upgrade your device has needed for 2 generations. If you're on a Z Fold 6, the decision is tighter. The Snapdragon 8 Elite is a real step up from the 8 Gen 3, and the Ultra-tier camera system could be the difference maker if photography and video are central to your workflow. But if your Fold 6 is running well, waiting until you see the full camera comparison in real-world testing is the smarter move. If you're a professional or creator currently on a conventional flagship, the S25 Ultra, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, or the Pixel 9 Pro, and you have been curious about foldables, this is the generation that finally closes most of the gaps that held the category back. The Z Fold 8 Ultra looks like the device that graduates foldables from impressive novelty to legitimate professional tool. Casual users and light smartphone users should skip this entirely. At $1,999 plus, this is a device built for people who push their hardware hard. If you mostly browse, message, and scroll, $799 Galaxy S25 or a Pixel 9 will serve you better and leave you with over $1,000 in your pocket. Gamers sitting on the fence should pay close attention when thermal benchmarks drop. Sustained gaming performance under load has historically been a weak spot for foldables. If Samsung has genuinely solved heat management in the Z Fold 8 Ultra, this becomes a serious argument for mobile gamers who want screen real estate without carrying a separate device. The bottom line is straightforward. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra looks like the most capable foldable Samsung has ever built, and the most ambitious swing the company has taken in this category since the original Fold launched. For the right buyer, it is a smart long-term investment that consolidates 2 devices into one without compromise. For the wrong buyer, it is $2,000 in search of a problem to solve. Know which one you are before you spend the money. And if you are still deciding between the Z Fold 8 Ultra and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, that full head-to-head comparison is coming very soon, and the results are not what most people are expecting.